Number one is the racist who is upfront about their racism. They do not deny it at all. They do not deny it at all. They will tell you to your face. They hate your guts just because your skin is darker than theirs. And if it's not your skin, it's their features. I mean, it's your features that they have a problem with. I mean, this is nothing. It's our beauty that they have a problem with. Our beauty. They see it as an issue, and they always have. Now, number two is the racist that I cannot stand, because they will smile up in your face and act like your friend, but they truly aren't. They're the type of racist who will be your best friend, but when they go back home, they don't associate with nothing called black. Even a lump of coal is a problem for them. A lump of coal. Don't have that in the house because it's too black and too nappy. And even though they do pretend to be your friend, they are the type of ones who would deny their own privilege. Oh, we don't have no privilege. Everyone is equal and blessed, and there is nothing wrong. There's no such thing as privilege. White supremacy is a myth, and slavery did not happen. Slavery? What's that? Is that when those people came on the boats? Oh, I don't know nothing about that, you know. And by the way, do you know what it means to even be black? Do you? No, of course not, because in your little privileged world, everything looks the fucking same, and you cannot ignore that, can you? The issue is with those type of people is that the fact that they do not afford us the privilege to open our mouths and complain about their bullshit. They also don't afford us the privilege to open our mouths and discuss the discrimination that they do to us constantly. Talking to them is like basically banging your head against the wall. It is pointless. All you're doing is hurting yourself at the end of the day. Why waste your time talking to someone who doesn't even value your opinion? Don't do that to yourself. Just don't. Focus on people who are willing to learn and willing to change, and who are willing to change and progress, really. I mean, why focus on those who don't give a fuck? You will be wasting your time at the end of the day because they honestly don't care about you. You could be burned to a crisp on the street and they wouldn't give a fuck. So institutional racism is basically the form of racism that involves discrimination. Say for example, you are a highly qualified black woman or black man who's going for a job interview, and you have all the qualifications that the job requires. But a white person with less qualification also turns up for the job interview and they get the job. Now, people can probably say whatever they want. Well, maybe the other person was better suited for the job, but come on now. Better suited to do what? If the job requires a 2.1 degree, if the job requires a 2.1 degree classification and the person who received the job has only got a 3rd degree classification, but yet the black person who has the 2.1 or 1st class degree, how the fuck did they not get the job? Especially if the employer is hiring you based on your qualifications. I mean, come on now. Don't be foolish. Let's look at schools now. In schools, black boys are more likely to be held back and behind. That could be for a number of reasons. I mean, how many times have we heard of a black boy being kicked out of school for God knows what reason? I mean, like... Then, if we talk the police, this subject I don't really talk about. If we're talking the police, black men are 10 times more likely to be pulled over by police than their white and Asian counterparts. and they're also 10 times more likely to be stopped and searched. Now, these statistics are about 2 years old, so you know, if there's more up-to-date statistics, let me know, please. And if we put the focus back on us black women, let's just talk about how many times we get discriminated against. You know, what was the first one? Oh yeah, that's right. A black woman wearing braids is being told that she cannot have a job. Oh, and you better not ever wear your hair in a freaking afro. Don't do it to yourself. An afro is so wrong. I am so tired of the bullshit. I am so fucking tired of the people in denial and the discrimination and the prejudice and the stereotype. Like, let us live our lives, please. Let us live our lives, because we black people aren't actually bothering anybody. Like, seriously. Are we bothering you somehow? Like, are we actually bothering you? Because if so, please let me know so I can continue not to give a fuck. But yeah, those are just a few of my thoughts on certain racist situations. So, you know, feel free to let me know.
Move to the left, move to the right. End up on the ocean and the dance on tonight. Pamela and Jackie then start a big fight. Pam tell Jackie don't come to our right. So the boys stay down, the girl is like a pussy shocking vibe. Jet him and do the dirty. Taking me little better name so lucky. When the man